We are Steve and Jill. Together, we've been buying and reselling land since the 90s.
Our data-centric approach leaves our buyers asking, how can you sell it so cheap?
Here on the Land Academy Show,
We answer that and more. Jack and Jill here.
Hello.
Welcome to the Land Academy Show, entertaining land investment talk. I'm Steve and Jack Butala.
And I'm Jill DeWitt, broadcasting from the Valley of the Sun.
Today is Jack Thursday, and I'm going to talk about the laws of abundance. It's something that comes up in Discord among our Land Academy group all the time, in one way or the other. And it comes up like this. Someone will ask a question or say something, and the response will be, oh, that's the laws of abundance. You have to have that to understand this. And the person who asks the question will respond, what's the laws of abundance? That's why we're here. Before we get into it, let's take a question posted by one of our members on the landinvestors.com online community. It's free. And please don't forget to subscribe on the Land Academy YouTube channel. Comment on the shows you like.
Dan wrote, speaking of seller financing, I am closing on an interesting deal on the sell side next week. The buyer wanted to finance the deal, but I won't do seller finance. They find someone else who will finance. My broker wrote it up as if I'm the one doing the seller financing, but with a contingency that the third guy will purchase the contract from me at closing. It will all happen through the single escrow transaction. I like this. The buyer pays the down payment, gets set up with the monthly payments in escrow with the title company. I get cash out at the end just like I want. The guy purchasing the contract has the terms already laid out, pays the remainder due to me, minus the buyer's down payment, and then he collects the monthly payments through escrow from the title company. I thought it was brilliant. Maybe others have seen this type of arrangement more, but I had not. I haven't seen this one.
So what's wrong with this?
Nothing.
Nothing.
I think it's great.
Nothing is wrong with this. In fact, and this is Dan, Career Path, former Career Path alumni, Dan. So then the string goes on. This blew up in Discord, Land Academy Discord, that a lot of people are already doing this, and that what Dan's going to do now is align himself with the person who buys these notes, immediately buys these notes, and start selling on terms. What it morphed into, which is really important. So if you halfway listen to the show, now's the time to just whole listen to it. And then you can get back to the halfway listening when I start talking about my stuff. One of the things that's really changing and going to change and always changes during a downturn is creative financing. In fact, that's what caused, in whole part, the former downturn with creative mortgages for single-family residences. So we have complete control when we buy or own a piece of land, how we're going to sell it. We can sell it on terms. We can sell it, we can sell it for cash. And now this is just one more way of really getting cashed out. The person's essentially buying the piece of property from you on a credit card. And the credit card, the person who's providing the credit is just another person instead of American Express. So I love this, and I think it's going to become a thing. In fact, when we're done here, Jill and I are going to talk about doing it. Today's Jack Thursday, and I'm going to talk about the Land Academy and how it applies to the laws of abundance. This is why you're listening.
I think the biggest thing here with the laws of abundance and Land Academy is we wouldn't be here if we didn't feel this way. That's what Land Academy is, by the way.
It is, and I had no idea what this was. This is one of those things where somebody walked up to me in our first live event many years ago, 7 years ago, and said, for anyone to succeed at this, you have to have you have to buy into the laws of abundance. And I'm looking around going, this is one of these foo-foo things that Joe believes in. Back then,
not knowing you're doing it all along.
Had no idea what it was, and no idea that I was
That's how you think.
Yeah. Here they are, and there's many books written on this. Here's a quick summary on it.
Yeah.
You have to believe that stuff's infinite, and when you apply it to money, which is how I apply it at Land Academy. The ultimate goal here is to make money and not work. That statement right there, let's make a ton of money, infinite amount of money, and not work at all. There are people, many people, who this doesn't cross their mind. So I can't remember a time in my life, even as a young, very, very young person, setting any type of limits on myself, whether it was sports or academic performance or having fun even, partying like freaks, on Friday or Saturday, like Jill and I do sometimes. So when we think about money, I think most people I'm learning think about, well, I have this job for $82,000 a year and I work there 40 hours a week and that's it. Maybe I can get another job, make 120. So you're not buying into the laws of abundance there. You're setting a limit on yourself. And we've really been conditioned to do this. My parents specifically, this is a personal story, really expected me to become, I'm from Detroit, expected me to become an executive at one of the car companies and make 6 digits salary with a pension. That's what what their plan was for me. And they were vocal about it. And the whole time they're saying that, I'm saying that's just not even close to what I really want to do. So please don't put limits on yourself in any way. Don't confuse this with, I'd like to make $1 million a year. This is how many mailers I'm going to send out. And then going after that and accomplishing that and then doing it again, whatever, the next year, the next quarter, or however you see that. Another big concept, a sub-concept of abundance is whatever you want to receive, start by giving. And again, back in the day, Jill, that's a beautiful, cute statement, but it doesn't apply to me. Well, you know what? That's what Land Academy is. Land Academy is our way, without even knowing what abundance was, back in the day, for us sitting down and saying,
and still is.
It is. This is our way of giving.
We get way more than we get.
Yeah. 100%.
And there are many people in our community that make more money than us each month. And that's okay. I love it. Thank you for letting me jump in.
No, go ahead.
No, keep going.
There was we didn't, snap our fingers and Land Academy happened. Jill and I, the first conversation we had was, we really could teach this and create business partners for ourselves. And probably at some point, if it worked out, become this community where we do deals together. Well, that's what happened. But to give up, my thought was in the beginning, honestly, this was my idea. And Jill's like, well, why would we give away the secret? We're doing great. We're smashing it. Let's not let the cat out of the bag. And so ultimately together, we decided,
let's do it.
And it worked out really well. Another sub concept of abundance is the state of consciousness. If you sit around, I see people do this all the time. This is really, I guess I struggled with it really early in my life, but not in my professional life. If you sit around and you say, the phone's going to ring, and I'm not sure if I might screw this up. And when I talk to this seller, or this mailer is really, really complicated and I don't know if I can get through it. I'm going to work on the steps to get through it. But even then, I'm not sure I price it right. And even then, I'm not sure I can answer. What you're doing is you're letting all the details of all of this and then applying it to the big picture, and it's all disconnected. Instead of saying, today, I'm going to work on chapter 1 of Land Academy 3.0. And I'm going to watch it 32 times, make sure that I understand it. And then next week, I'm going to go to chapter 2 and I'm going to troll and figure it out. And if I have questions about it, and methodically get into the process inside of it, not skip along the top of the shell of the entire process and get yourself so bogged down with worry and concern and how the pieces all fit into one big thing that you just don't do anything.
How I describe this is when I've talked to people, they're like, I want to be an investor. Okay, well, great. Then you're going to do this. Let's just do this. There's nothing wrong with waking up tomorrow morning or telling yourself, I'm going to wake up tomorrow morning, put on a hat, and today I'm an investor. And this is it. This is my new career. This is what I do. Sure, I have my day job, but this is my part-time thing while I'm going to replace my income, fill in the blank. That's a very good exercise to just, like I said, put that hat on and go forward like I'm an investor. Just start shaking hands and saying, I'm a land investor. How many deals have you done? I'm working on my first one. Who cares? I'm a land investor.
And then finally connect the dots. which is what I think, and I didn't realize this when we did it all and put it all together, is what Land Academy does. It's a start, end to end, start to finish, connection of dots from, generating leads for yourself, processing those leads, and turning money into real estate and back into more money. And so this is a big, I'm paraphrasing a lot here. If this makes sense to you, or if you feel like, hey, maybe I don't have this law of abundance thing in my soul the way I should, check it out. It's all over the internet. It's not credited to one author as far as I know. There's a lot of people who write about this concept and put their own spin on it. Like I just did.
That was it?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I figured you'd have a lot more to say about this.
I'm making notes here.
Oh, go ahead, Jill. Seriously.
No, just some. This is good. You remind me of other things that I'll tell you what notes I'm writing. I used to be real vocal about this stuff, and I've been bogged down in other projects, and I haven't been as vocal about this stuff, and I need to be more vocal about this stuff in our community and in our group, and reminding everybody how powerful and how important this is. So, thank you. Happy you could join us today. 5 days a week, you can find us here on the Land Academy Show.
Tomorrow's Jill Friday, and she's going to talk about why non-techies, I think she means me, make great in land investors.
No, you're the techie.
I know. Why non-techies?
That's me.
I know.
Oh, thank you.
Why? Oh yeah, sorry.
Why non-techies? That's me, not you. You're the techie. Exactly.
You get it. Why Jill's great.
Oh, thanks.
That's the show.
No. I'll explain it tomorrow.
You are not alone in your real estate ambition.
Yeah, you're cute. That's so funny. I'm the non-techie, and I've noticed some things talking to people that we non-techies have in common, and we do really well in this business. And I think because you're a techie and all the data attracts a certain kind of person. And I just want to hit it home that if you're not that kind of person, you can be, and there are many of you in our community that are wildly successful. And I'll fill you in tomorrow. Thank you for tuning in. By the way, of course, we hope you find our content valuable, and we really do appreciate your support. If you haven't already, please check out our YouTube channel, hit that subscribe button. And don't forget, if you are a member of Land Academy and you are not involved in the chatting going on in Discord, you're missing out. If you don't have an invite or you lost your invite, send a note to support@landacademy.com and we will hook you up.
We are Jack and Jill. Information
and inspiration
to buy undervalued property.
We hope you found our content valuable, and we appreciate your support. If you have not already, please check out our channel and hit the subscribe button.
And your comments and suggestions help us to create the content you're here for. Hitting the like button helps to support our channel's algorithm and gauge your interest for future shows.